All right. Bring Naija into this report.
I go report all of them.
Yeah, I mean, that's like a very nice way of saying report. So we like it. Honestly, guys, we never get tired of bringing some color to your day. And we hope that you never, ever get tired of seeing our faces.
You can't even be tired because, you see, we are not going anywhere anytime soon. You're stuck with us for life.
Wow.
That is it.
Is this like a confraternity? Is this like a cult? What's it called? All this stuck for life.
No, right?
I mean,
Because
they
we
love
bring all
us
the
for
fun.
life, okay? Like,
What's the color of your confraternity?
Kingo J. Leave us alone.
On that note, welcome once again to the movie-themed edition of the show. It's Nollywood Tuesday. Please come on board by reaching out to us on Twitter, Facebook, and of course Instagram at TVC Connect. Let us know you're watching and loving every bit of the show. Ladies and gentlemen, in case you're wondering, this is Royal Highness's Flanness. I go by the name King OJ. Yes, boy, you can call me OJ. That's where it is.
It is what it is. Hey! I like what your outfit today, by the way. He looks really smart, and I'm so proud of you.
I woke up like this.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And you look good, by the way.
Yeah.
Does that sound good?
You do.
I can
like
withdraw,
you've lost a bit of weight.
I can withdraw it.
I woke up like this.
I can withdraw
Thank you,
it.
by the way.
Okay. All right, it's your girl, it's your home girl, it's your girlfriend next door. You know, it's the jewel in the crown. My name is Honey Potts. Thank you so much.
Ghana. Choppy. All right, guys, and my name is Amanda Dara, and if you're close to me, you can call me Mandy. Yes.
I love the sound of that. Mandy, baby.
I love it.
Okay, on today's episode, we have entertainment news, we have celebrity birthday shout-outs, then a quick history lesson of this day in entertainment history, and on Rewind and Rewind too.
Yes, and not forgetting Tweetville, where OJ will take us through all of the funny and crazy moments on social media, after which our guest will join us for a quick chit-chat.
Then it's time to rant it off on the Chew It Off segment, after which we bring you a recap of all that you might have missed in the news will suffice. Daily Top 5 will be up next, where we'll be taking a look at 5 Nollywood actors who are featured in Hollywood films. Then finally, Amanda and I will bring us some movie talk on the movies at the movie segment. Then we'll wrap things up with Where Are They Now? Are you guys ready for today's show?
Yes!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get started. We'll be back in a bit.
Reason with me, and then Rude
Boy.
Who is doing this? Who is behind this? I mean, who is the brain behind this?
It's just a playlist.
It's just a
I want
playlist,
to
right?
be very, diplomatic
neutral.
about that one.
It's just a
neutral.
playlist.
Yeah. On that note, guys, welcome to Entertainment News. Yes, and our first story today is from Basketmouth. He releases a statement over an insensitive rape joke that he cracked earlier on. Now, Nigerian comedian and actor Bright Opokcha, aka Basketmouth, has released a statement over a controversial rape joke he made at a certain time. It all started when the comedian was listed as a guest alongside other Nigerian celebrities as an advocate for the European Union in Nigeria's campaign against sexual and gender-based violence, and then he was taken off. According to the campaign, to get him off the roster, the comedian is a rape apologist who has made jokes about rape and therefore is not fit to represent women and the issues that they face. Basketmouth has, however, taken to his Instagram page to release a lengthy statement on the issue. He put up a photo collage of a number of women, including his daughter, his wife, Busola Dakolo, and other females with the caption, and I'm quoting, "Almost every morning in the blogs, on the news, there's a picture of a man sitting on the floor pleading. The caption is usually in the line of, 'It's the devil's handwork,' and the topic is from underage defilement, rape, or brutality against the woman or minor. I live in this same world with my most prized possessions, that is my wife, my 2 daughters, my sisters, and women who have built me into the man that I am. I was recently presented an opportunity to create awareness on the efforts of the UE, or rather of the EU, to bring support to fighting this scourge. Now, it was a no-brainer for me, and I refused any compensation for it and volunteered to lend my voice because it is our fight. It is not for the EU, it is for my girl's future.
It then continued, and I quote, "Unfortunately, a few years ago, I shared up a Facebook post that I thought was shedding light through humor to entitled Crude and Very Present Behavioral Pattern of Some African Men Who Equate Spending to Sexual Favors. But I also realized then that women actually have to face this daily, and it's harrowing, and I deeply apologized for it. I sincerely pray that this does not take away from the most important fight of our lives, the fight to secure our future, because the girl child is our future. I strongly appreciate the EU for this amazing platform to improve our lot, as long as the message reaches the ears of those who need it. Then it's a win. To every woman, our mothers, sisters, lovers, wives, crowns, supporters, prayer partners, foundation, live, thank you for being who you are. So many times you sacrifice who you are for a man to become who he wants to be. It's time we all love and also support you like you do us. Because in your light, we all shine." End quote. Bless. So Basketmouth has spoken finally about this issue. What do you girls have to say about this?
I think
Okay,
should go first.
so, oh, wow. All right, so can we compare this to what happened to Kevin Hart with the
LGBTQ?
Yeah.
Very similar.
Yeah.
I
Very
think we
similar,
can.
right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I don't know if we should say that, yeah, there are times that we make mistakes and they're very costly ones. But then I think this would make us always think about stuff before we do
say it.
these things, especially with comedians.
Yes.
Yes, so I understand that this job is very hard. Making people laugh and all that, and then you're looking for what is that thing that you can
Issues
always put together
around.
and all that. But because I've experienced this before, like somebody was making a joke about my body parts, and I'm like, oh, before you came here, you didn't have jokes? And then it was
It's not funny.
So the person, I stood up at that event, so we're sharing the mic. I'm like, oh, so you want to bring somebody down? So the owner of the event quickly ran there to stop. So because it's so irritating sometimes, I mean, every time when you do this, especially with a sensitive case
issues like
like this or issue like this. Do you get? So
I feel like I'm happy that he came out to apologize, even though, you know, many years have passed since he made this statement. And, you know, sometimes people feel like, I said this so many years ago, get over it. No, we cannot get over it. You said it, and you have to have an answer to this statement. If this was your stand many years ago, let us know what your stand is right now. And there's something that I particularly don't like about what is currently happening in situations where it almost feels like until you are called out, you see no need for remorse. You see no need to apologize for statements that you make. It almost feels like women are the butt of sexual jokes, and it is what it is because it's a man's world. So I'm happy that things are changing and it's coming out like this is not right. Don't joke about stuff like that. There are so many things to joke about. Why do you have to joke about stuff that women are actually facing on a daily basis? It's not a joke. When a woman is harassed in her office, in her school, she's harassed in her home. So when you're joking about it, it's very, very insensitive. And I'm happy that he has seen reason to apologize for this his statement.
Okay. Hopefully, this was him. It was supposed to be part of the forum where people were talking about this issue, the EU. They've removed him from the flyer. Hopefully, do you think they'll put him back since he has apologized
in fact,
for this?
that shook me a bit. I'm like, will they even return him? Okay, maybe for future.
She said he volunteered because he wanted to lend his voice out. So if they don't put him back, he can keep volunteering on his own personal platforms. He can actually start the change, get on stage and actually talk about it and keep the conversation going. So I don't really think it changes anything, because if it was a paid job, we'll say, okay, perhaps this took some bread out of his, his pockets. But nothing changed apart from him volunteering. So he has come out to actually do this on his social media platform. So I really don't think that matters at all.
We learn from mistakes like this, and I think that everybody should just learn from this. We should learn from other people's experiences
and also learn that social media is a place that doesn't forget, because a lot of people are coming out on social media, girls and guys, posting things that they feel like nobody's ever going to catch them on 10 years down the line, somebody's going to fish it out for
post,
you.
Yeah.
Moving on. Fuse ODG clears the air about his limited airplay statement. So Ghanaian artist Fuse ODG has cleared the air about a statement he made asking for limited airplay of Nigerian songs by Ghanaian DJs. It all started when he put out a tweet on his Twitter page saying, if you be Ghanaian DJ, where you know go play songs from underground, what's that? Act? I beg, you just limit your Naija content. Okay. So now, because if Nigerians had this opportunity, we all know what's going to happen. Let's sell Ghanaian music to these visitors properly. And with the hashtag Year of Return, Fuse ODG has, however, shared a video on Instagram TV where he explained that he would never ask for Ghanaian DJs to quit playing Nigerian songs to promote Ghanaian music, but rather what he's asking for was limited airplay for Nigerian music in favor of Ghanaian music. Let's check out this clip.
Yes, Fuse ODG here, and I'm here to discuss this whole issue about Nigerian music being played in Ghana. So first of all of this is actually based on a retweet. It wasn't an actual tweet from me. RT, the young, talented Ghanaian artist who was frustrated about not getting airplay, which I can sympathize with as an artist because it's not easy as an underground artist on the come up in any country. But I guess there's a few things that we need to address. One of them is he said limit, not stop. I've seen a lot of headlines saying that I want Nigerian music to be, not be played in Ghana. But if you know me as an artist, if you know me as Fuse ODG and my philosophy, you would know that I would never say anything like that. Because I have too much love for Africa. I have too much love for Nigeria and its people and its music. And I'm even blessed to be one of the few non-Nigerians to be embraced by the country.
In case you do not know, Fuse ODG is best known for his 2013 smash hit song Antenna, which peaked at number 7 on the UK singles charts. All right, now let's talk about this. And this is some case of misyarning in a way to and coming back to correct it.
Really?
Why did I even have to take the Ghanaian gist?
You because just
Ghana.
Do you have tea for us from Ghana?
I had a nice
time.
time.
Expecting that, but do you really think he was misyanning?
Okay, so you know how people say stuff and then they quickly come to correct it because, or maybe that was not what you intended, but people got it in the wrong, the wrong message, and so you just quickly come back to correct it. So I think it's still safe, and you know how these things are very sensitive. So when you're talking about different countries, especially with the fact that even just yesterday somebody sent me a message like, oh, be careful out there because some Ghanaians were locking up the shops of some Nigerians and all that. Yeah, so somebody was like, if this case is not being taken care of properly, like it could actually lead to what happened in South Africa. So we are always brothers and we are no visitors to all of, because we are Africans. And as Burna Boy said, that I refuse to be called a foreigner. I refuse to be called a foreigner in Africa. We are Africans.
Well said. I mean, like, I do understand your point where it feels like if you're in a place of influence or you're like a huge voice, like a Fuse ODG, you have to be careful about what you're saying so you don't instigate violence amongst the people in your country. But then perhaps it is a case of misinterpretation of what he was saying, because he did say, I'm not saying not to play, I'm saying limits. Is there a problem with that?
But there is no problem with that.
Here in Nigeria, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, most of our playlists on the radio, on the TV, is Nigerian music. We love our music. When we play Ghanaian music, South African music, it's almost like flavor or something different to add to the mix. But you don't see on our countdown 8 Ghanaian songs and 2 Nigerian songs. No, you see all Nigerian songs or 9 Nigerian songs and 1 Ghanaian song. So that doesn't mean that we don't love their music. It's just that we're supporting our own. And I don't think there's anything wrong for him to say, these are my people. Let us allow each other, the people that are the real, nationalities, enjoy some of this airplay. I don't feel there's anything wrong with that.
There is nothing absolutely wrong with that, saying that you should be huge on your own thing, promote your own thing. And, well, I'll say again that maybe they just enjoy Nigerian songs. And but then, I mean,
people have always been talking about this issue. And according to the video is a lengthy one. He talked about how in Nigeria, the censors boards too do not allow things like that, whereby you play foreign song. The radio stations, TV stations, they have a limit
to what
where
you can play.
Yeah, bring in, but strictly Nigerian songs. I understand what he's saying. Victor Kimani said this about Kenya music radio stations and their DJs, that why are you guys doing this? You people play more of Nigerian song and even neglect we, the Kenyan artists.
It's not our fault
that music is sweet.
Yes, it is not our fault. That's what I'm just trying to say. We are sorry, We are sorry. We are very sorry.
But what he was really talking about more is,
but not sorry.
They are celebrating their year of return, where people are coming back to their heritage, coming back home. You don't want those people to come back home, and they are listening to
Nigerian music.
Yeah.
So here's what I would say. The Bible says that you should pay attention to the ants. Like, look at the ants.
How hardworking the ant is.
Look at how hardworking the ant is and copy his ways. I'm going to end it on that note. All right, that's it on entertainment news. It is now time for Celebrity Birthday Shout Out, one of my favorite parts of the show. Now, celebrating today are the following people. American actress, model, and singer Amanda Seyfried is celebrating today. Now, you might remember her from the soap All My Children, or films like Mean Girls, Dear John, Les Miserables, and Mamma Mia. Now, she turns 34 today.
I remember her from Mean Girls.
Mean Girls, especially.
And she looks
actress.
mean. This picture is really mean.
Yeah, some people just have that facial structure. She can't help it. Happy birthday to her.
Amanda's namesake.
You know, someone like me, like I just look very lovable and, you know. If I do say so myself.
So who are the people who have that face?
I don't know. All right, happy birthday to her. Happy birthday to Julianne Moore. She turns 59 today. She's an American actress and author. She's been in films like Crazy Stupid Love, Kingsman, The Hunger Games, and many others. Yeah, I remember her from The Hunger Games as well.
Mockingbird.
That she is 59 though. Wow, fantastic. I love the fact that I keep saying it. I love the fact that even though they're like in their 50s, they are still acting and going strong. Yeah, happy birthday to her. And finally, we have American actress and comedian Tiffany Haddish, who is turning 40
It's a lie.
today.
Yes,
Honestly, guys.
40.
40. If you might know her from Girls Trip, Nobody's Fool, and Night School, which are some of the films that she has been in. Yes.
She's interestingly funny.
Why is she?
Black don't crack. Happy birthday to her. And of course, happy birthday to you. If you're celebrating today, just say, hey! Wow. We love you. We're sending you peace, love, joy, happiness, and stuff courtesy of King Oje.
Okay. Yeah. So I think we're going to add money to that.
No, King Oje will take care of them.
I beg you.
All right, guys. Coming up next is Rewind. It's time to go down memory lane and get a quick history lesson on what happened in the world of entertainment on this day.
Let's rewind. On this day in 1967, there was an assassination attempt made on Bob Marley and others during a concert rehearsal in Jamaica. And in 1982, Frances, the film depicting the life of actress Frances Farmer and starring Jessica Lange, first got released in the US. And in 1984, Do They Know It's Christmas, the single written by Bob Geldof and Midge Ure and sung by Band Aid, is released in the UK. And that's it on Rewind.
Hey.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the blackest of them all. Saw me saw.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's what the band used to call him back then. That's not me. That's not me. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Tweetville. This is Tweetville, where we'll bring you all the savagery, humor, and crazy moments on social media. Are you guys ready for this?
Yes.
Let's get into this. So Mologo, your Nigerian artist,
Yes.
he puts up this post and he said, best bank to join in Nigeria. So he's asking a question.
Yeah.
And instead of some people to answer him, so when I replied him, Mombolaji Bank Anthony for quick and easy access to Murtala International Airport.
One time.
Like, that wasn't what they were asking you, my guy.
No.
Eh? The best bank to join.
Honestly.
Just join that road.
I'm with her. I'm with Fat.
To the airport.
I'm
leaving the country.
This just made me remember. Now, I can't remember vividly what that person was talking about, but it was a serious case. So this person just came from nowhere. In fact, I monted somewhere. Maybe I will go and look for it and send to Foladile. Or everybody.
Conversation.
Just went oh, so that they can. So somebody now said that this is a very serious case. You people
Why
be laughing
you
about
yes
everything
now?
or making gist of.
To
My
be
guy just
honest,
got back from the UK and he's asking for Best Bank to join in
when you're
Nigeria.
asking questions like that, that's what this person is thinking about. That's the person's problem in life. So that's the only answer I can
The
give
bank
you.
is Mobolaji Bank.
Yes,
Anthony Way.
I'm with her, man. The best bank to join.
Let's move on to the next one. So somebody puts up this post, and this is probably me. And it says, life is like a spoon. I don't know what I mean by this, but I'm practicing. I want to be a motivational speaker. Life is a spoon. The moment you raise it, it's what you raise that you
When
get.
you scoop life, you know, some of it drops down.
So that
So
is
you
the way
need
you
to take
hold the
out the
spoon.
things inside the scoop and forget about the things that
Then you know,
drop.
think about
No,
it.
think about it. Doesn't it make sense?
Are you not motivated?
My best,
Motivational Tuesday.
my best,
Josh, too funny, is the one that does all this nonsense. So you just start, you will not be paying attention. You see the spots? When the calabash enters the pot,
The
the
water comes
agave
out.
lizard will not go. And then
And the water will drop.
So at the end of the day, I'm
Think
like,
about it.
what's this guy saying? Think about it.
Are you not motivated?
no, but it used to make sense. Let me just defend motivational speakers small. You see, they thought they could bury me. They didn't know I was
I
a
rise.
seed.
I rise.
Still, I rise.
Y'all be lying though. Let's just move on from all those motivational speakers. So somebody put up this post holding cash, and
That's-
of course that's his wallet looking empty, and of course the popular song, "Party."
After
After
party.
party.
Oh, yeah.
So you have all the
Party.
cash to spend during
Then
party.
after
Party.
party, you don't finish.
Okay.
This December, dirty December, party after party.
I'm looking for who will spray me this December. I don't mind. I can make you after party. Like, I will do it for you for free. Come and spray me.
Be careful what you wish for. Now, talking about December, somebody put up this post, and this is a lady in front of the beach. And yes, somebody says, your salary watching all the plans you are making for December.
This table.
Like, your salary is just looking like, are you sure you have money for all of these things? You want to go to Cardi B concert, how much is it? You want to go for Future's concert, how much is it?
Amanda.
You want to go to Ghana for that show? Amanda, I used to get to Ghana for that.
Amanda.
You know,
Even
they thought
you.
they could bury us, guys.
But we
But
rise.
still we rise. Even
We
you.
rise. Don't worry.
Will I still go?
Will you still go?
It's expensive. Oh.
I know, but
Eh.
like, we'll find a way.
You'll find a way. A way.
I mean,
That's the motivational
honestly,
speaking.
this morning when I saw Honey Pot, I said, let me touch your bed sheets.
Hey!
That I might know the way.
Tap
you
from
know,
it.
This Dubai. Then after Dubai, another Dubai.
Dubai.
Then Ghana.
Just
so
for- I'm
we
coming.
need to find out the way from you.
I'm coming. I want to quickly get to Ghana. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Well done.
Well done.
So this is a picture of a girl looking surprised and worried and smiling.
Yeah.
And this is every Nigerian girl. So somebody put up this post. Me, he hasn't texted me back. I'm so done with him for real this time. Him, he now sends you a message. Hey, princess. And that is you blushing. It's getting Nigerian girls. So
Feels
after
like
the,
Amanda's face.
I'm actually on this
Oh, wow.
I'm not going to talk to him again.
on this table. I'm even lying down on the table.
Oh, my God.
Honestly, I just don't like being ignored. That's the problem. Do you know what it means for me to type, especially when I've written one long paragraph about my day, about this?
Okay,
you know,
now.
okay.
Okay, now.
My check.
I'm not going to talk
Don't
to him
do
again.
that.
I'm not going to talk to him. Hey, Mandy.
Like, hi.
I
We're
might
good
not
now.
smile, Sha. I might just do it to you for like 2 days, and then
Ah,
we'll now start on a clean slate.
2 days.
We will now restart it on a clean.
Honey.
If you do that to any Nigerian guy, we move. We move to the
you
next one.
people that
will
are
blush.
very, very soft like this, I know where
No,
to
no,
get.
Nigerian men are not soft.
We
They
move,
actually
oh.
move. He's saying the truth.
We move
Really?
to the next one that will blush.
Oh wow.
Do you have any experience you want to share?
Nah, I'm not
All
that
right.
guy. I'm not that guy.
All right, thank you so much, OJ, for the laughs. I mean, it's always fun on Tweetville. We're going to go on a short break, and when we return, our guest will be with us. So stay put. Stay here.
Thank you so much, guys, for staying here with us. Of course, we told you that we have our guest in the studio, and we are being joined by our guest on the couch right now. Our guest is a filmmaker, actor, and is best known for the lead role in the sequel, Living in Bondage, Breaking Free. Ladies and gentlemen, this afternoon we've got a Swanky, Jide-Kene in the studio. How you doing? Oh, wow.
You seem like you have a very chilled vibe too. But we're going to bring out the madness.
Yeah,
that's all we do on this show.
We are, because I was at the premiere of Living in Bondage, and I must say that you did a fantastic job. People have been talking about it. I've heard reviews. I've heard people talk about you, especially for somebody that we did not know and taking up that role, Nnamdi Okeke, right? Oh my gosh. Guys, have you seen?
Not yet, but I know from what you have said, we can trust that your acting was superb. If not even just you, Honeypot, a lot of people have been gushing a lot about your acting and like, where has this guy been? And then you now just mentioned that you've been in the industry for 5 years, and I was like, oh, really? And then you told me that you have been living in Enugu all this while. So I was wondering, were you acting over there, or were you coming to Lagos to act?
Well, a little bit of both worlds, because I come here to audition.
Okay.
Yeah, but then almost all the work I've done have been out from Enugu. So even when I came on board for Living in Bondage, they had to come to Enugu to get me. So basically, yeah, so I felt like...
As a pro that you are, you know.
No, not really. You know, we're trying to like reduce traffic in Lagos now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We're trying to reduce the traffic in Lagos. So some of us, I mean, I know some people who are African giants, like the biggest, his name is not coming to me right now, but the biggest artist in terms of paint, he's Ghanaian, but then he lives in Nsukka.
Oh.
Yeah, he's...
All right, so now let's talk about this. I mean, let's just milk this thing that you've talked about. So somebody is watching and then you know that thing that they say, go out so that people can see you, network, do this, go to Lagos, and everybody is carrying their bag. They say, we came to Lagos with a bag, a nylon bag, black nylon. I under the bridge, we slept under the bridge. But now you have said that you were in Enugu. So does that mean that whatever you do, just be where you are, fame, money, everything will find you there?
Well, the truth is, you know, as an artist, we have different motivations at times, you know? So some people don't like to be in every film. You know, almost every big artist from Lagos here who has come to work in the East, like when they made Lionheart, I was in Lionheart, they would say, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so they would always say to me, what are you doing here? You know, move to Lagos. I'm like, man, I can't do this, the traffic, you know, that. So it depends on the motivation, you know, which you're working with. You may decide to come to, some people fly back from Abuja, politicians from the East, fly back to Abuja every weekend.
That's true.
You know, I can't do that. So I basically maybe come here, spend 3 months, 4 months, you know, spend time there as well, because you know that we have like different markets for film people in the country. We have like the North, we have the West, we have the East. So
and that is thick like this.
Okay, talking about the East, is the movie industry, I hear a lot of people talking about Asaba movies. Is the movie industry there way different from what we see right here?
Great question.
yeah, really good question. Well, the thing is this. I feel like that's where Nollywood was birthed. Although Living in Bondage, Chris started the industry, like in terms of film, home video, was shot in Lagos here. Although that is what it is, but then think of all the other movies, the Godot, the Rattlesnake, all those other ones were from there. So people who moved to Lagos were people who we call from there cinema people. You understand? So the people who use expensive equipment, the people who take time to make film, the people who go into the nitty-gritties of what's involved in filmmaking, the people who know that, okay, when you move the camera like this, it's called dolly. Everything in the East is pan. I pan this way. You know?
All right.
Yeah, it's pan right. So basically, so the difference is, I feel like, in my opinion, I feel like people in the East have the original stories. They are the ones that know what's happening in the streets. You know, like when you see Living in Bondage, you try to give the nostalgia. We try to make you, even if you've been in Europe for the past 20 years, the music will play, the soundtrack, the effects. We try to make you feel like you're in the film. You know, so that's why I encourage people. I say, don't wait for it to come on Netflix. go and see it on the big screen. That way you're drawn in. You know, you literally can
yes,
feel.
it's original, sort
Yeah.
of. Okay, so now let me ask this. Did you go to any school to learn acting?
No.
No, but I know that you studied in the UK, so what did you study?
I did like a little bit of program there.
Programming?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Program, but what I studied actually was in Enugu. I went to university in Enugu. I studied geography and meteorology.
Okay.
Yeah, so I haven't done anything officially in terms of film or film school.
this-
How
Their
did you
natural
have that flair to start acting? Like, I mean, where did it come from?
Well, I have like 20 how many years of watching Nollywood?
I love that.
So by then, a random person can just watch and then the person
I'm
cannot
going to
act.
start watching more.
No, see,
Which
the thing
type
is,
of music? Is it Asaba movies or?
no, the thing-
Give us
you
the
haven't
tips.
seen Living in Bondage.
I have
So
to.
what we brought to the table was we tried as much, or they tried. I mean, Charles Obaleke, Ramsey Noah, Steve Gukas, these are the guys who executive produced. They actually went out and didn't look for their friends or didn't look for someone who filled the bill. They actually wanted to audition. You understand? So when you need an Igbo guy,
Yeah.
you have to come to
not about
where
who you know.
Igbo is concentrated.
I really like the fact that you're saying this because I had the privilege of being with some of the veteran actors in the industry who a lot of them actually come from the East. And they kept talking about how Nollywood now has changed, how most people just come on the set or whatever looking pretty, trying like they want to give them a costume where they're looking like a beggar and it's like, oh cool, I can't work stuff like that. I want to look glammed and everything. And he was like, the new Nollywood do not know their onions. Do you agree with that?
Well, we call them Fune people.
You call them?
Fune. You know what Fune is?
Yes,
no?
of course.
Phonetics.
You call them Fune people.
Fune people, like people who want to wear a lipstick and wake up.
Like that,
You know what I mean? So,
I know.
Yeah. So
They just finished having sex.
Wow!
It's still on.
Wow! Okay, it went very far.
Sorry, go on.
So basically, you know, there's different departments, just like you asked, difference in the East. Difference in the East is just all you need is a producer, the director, the PAs, and the artist, Kai shoot or filmer. You know? Yeah, but then here we have like the person who is the wardrobe manager, we have the costumier, we have the art director. So it's their job to say, Madam, we don't like this, you can't wear that. You understand? So your contract allows you not to step out of the boundaries of which you have agreed to film. So if this is what makes you look or what makes it believable, you understand? Because you haven't seen the film. We tried as much as possible.
I have seen it.
We tried as much as possible to make sure that you almost do not know you're seeing a film, basically. So everything has to come together. Every department has to come together.
We have to watch
Fantastic.
your
Yes, we do.
works right now. I mean, this dude is just, he has this long face and then,
Wow.
no, you don't get, like, and then he's cracking you up and you don't know.
Yeah.
I was shaking on his behalf while watching this because you know how somebody comes from poverty, like real poverty, you don't want to go back there. And then they're offering you everything and then you know that this is what this is about, that it is another death entirely for you. How do you now, like the acting was so real, I could feel his pains, like, you know, out of, so, I mean,
That
well
is
done, well done. I mean, I could
fantastic.
connect, and if somebody can connect emotionally to what you're doing, I think that's just about it, like that's just
So
everything.
I'm actually very curious because I checked out your Instagram page and I saw a lot of things that had to do with God, spiritual life. You were like, I believe in God. You know, you were really talking about your spiritual life in some of the posts. And so it made me want to ask you if there are some roles that you do not take based on your religion or based on your beliefs.
Well, roles and religion based on beliefs, okay, that's a lot. Well, the thing is this. I feel like growing up, I wanted to be a doctor, right? And then I realized that I don't want to be in the theater for 45 years, every day seeing sick people, which is, of course, is very important to keeping us healthy, you and I, you know. But film allows me to be everybody. Film allows me today to be a madman. Tomorrow allows me to be a politician.
And the doctor that you even...
Yes. So very important for me is to give 150% to every role. There's a film I did about 3 years ago about HIV. And someone saw me on the streets and gave me a hug for like 3 minutes and was crying. Oh, wow. So that made me realize that the work I'm doing, not everybody in the system or in the industry will take it as seriously as I'm taking it. You understand? So I'm beginning to receive film the way we did back in the early 2000s and the 1990s, which is that film is a very big export of our culture, very big export of whatever tourism we have here in Nigeria. As a matter of fact, Nollywood is the biggest export of tourism for Nigeria. You know what I mean? So as Africans that we are, we're not trying to copy Hollywood or Bollywood. What we're trying to do is to tell our stories the best way that we can. And these stories, they go a long way in being etched into the memories of people who are watching. I mean, I was speaking recently at Joburg Film Festival, and I told the audience there, when we showed this film to South Africa, we said, listen, Nigerian music videos can only go as far. 3 minutes may do much. But then when you watch 2 hours and you're soaked in drama and they teach you that we are brothers, say no to xenophobia. You know, when you see something that you can connect to, you don't forget that in 20 years. I mean, I see people now who are reciting what happened in Living in Bondage 1. They're telling you 25 years later. They can tell you back to back to back what's happening in the film. So basically, except you're doing like a Michael Jackson kind of thriller, movie will always have a bigger voice. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I feel like that allows me, and I have to be very close to God as well, because my background, my parents are pastors, you know. So in terms of roles, I would take anything that I know that allows me to communicate with people very effectively.
Okay.
That's it.
Fantastic.
Right. That's so beautiful, especially what we learned from Living in Bondage, the sequel. That is what is happening right now, the fast life, people on the fast lane, you know, everybody wanting to make money and all that, then you're not thinking about the consequences. Right? Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much, Swanky. Jide-Kene. We'll definitely be looking out more from you. We know that your plate is like full right now. People are looking for you up and down, but it's all right. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you so much, guys.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's a wrap on the first half of the show. Still to come, we have entertainment news recap, daily top 5 movies at the movies, and of course, where are they now? See you guys at the 1 o'clock hour.
Wow.
Welcome.
All right, welcome. So far, we've brought you entertainment news, tweet view, and our guests. Now it's time to treat off in a minute or less. So one of us will vent on what's bothering her.
And it's not me.
Okay, so it's me. So my rant into two places, right? Yeah.
Okay.
I was talking to you about, okay, so the first one, so there was this dude that was on the plane with me, and it chewed gum all through and loudly. Like, and then at some point, they said, switch off your phones. It would not. And then it was not listening to music, and then it was not singing out. It didn't know that it was so loud. And then it was listening to Bolanle, Pepper them, and then afterwards it was Malian. It was like,
Malians
on the plane.
Invasion. On the plane.
Okay, so that one. But please, etiquette, for social graces, for etiquette reasons, please do not. I mean, it's so bad. When you're chewing, do not. Must we teach you?
Like, if you can also get like a hanky just to add if you have a cold or if you use spray and everything. But continue your rant.
And then the second one, please, can we talk about these taxi drivers who are under a company or these companies? I can't mention their name, so it will just be a free ad for them. So I was stranded yesterday. Oh my God. Okay, wow. How do I even get into this? Okay,
called the taxi?
So I called a taxi and then, you know, my phone, like, okay, and I'm like, so where are you? And then they said, where are you going? I told them, they said, it's short trip, and then they ended it. So they did it to me, like 6 or 7 of them did that to me. So I was just stranded, and then the taxi drivers I saw at the airport, they were obviously the ones there, and they were saying 7,000 naira. Now, and then one came and said, we know you now, spend the money. And I'm like, I asked him, I said, can you spend 7,000? I look at the proximity to see where I was and where I was going to. I mean, people, help me. Why do they do this?
I feel like what's happening is because there's a lot of markets. Because when some of these taxi driving companies started, they were not acting like this.
Are they even supposed to ask you where you're going?
They're not supposed to ask. So first of all, they ask you, not only do they ask you, that when you say some specific places, they say, I'm not going. Some of them, the ones that even say I'm not going, are even better than the ones that will say, I'm coming.
Then when they
will not pick up their calls. Then you just see them driving away. It's not like, was I
happened
crazy?
To me yesterday
Did I hear him properly? So it's very, very frustrating, and I really wish that they would stop that because it's very, very bad.
So who do we complain to? Who do we complain to? When they started, in fact, they were not driving certain cars, rickety cars, but these days they show up in rickety cars, and then
When they started,
sometimes no AC.
They had gum. You could have sweets. You could have free Wi-Fi. You could have so many things.
Was it
Now
deteriorated?
the Nigerian
welcome to
factor has
Nigeria.
entered.
Oh my God.
So bad.
This is Nigeria.
Okay, wow. All right, so we
Look
have
how
to
we
move on.
living now. Look how we even now.
Wow. Moving on, guys. It's time for a quick recap of the entertainment news.
Yes, guys, and we told you that Basketmouth releases statement over insensitive rape joke.
Fuse ODG clears the air about his limited airplay statements. And yes, we'll take a break now, guys, and we will be back with a Daily Top 5. I love. So the first time I got to know that Azar means accounts. Like, I'm like, how? How do people even... Like,
We have so many languages in Nigeria. I want to always say this, so you can't really know every slang.
Yeah, I'm somebody that didn't like that statement.
And
But
I
when
think-
somebody now told me, send your Azar,
You will like it.
but you know the one that...
I wanted to tell the person, like, my guy, it's account number.
You know the one I would never
so I
ever
know, so I'll
like.
not give you the money again.
The one I would never ever like
Which
to be
one?
like in Adi. I think, which school do you go to? You know, for all of the high school.
Those are your people now.
Oh no.
In Adi to
My-
you, mama.
LNLP in Adri.
In Adi.
Wow.
Massive Adi. I said, what?
This table is full with people. All right, guys, welcome back to the show. Now you already know what time it is. It is time for
4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey. I mean, if you don't know what the time is, it's time for Daily Top 5. Now, what many might not know is that just as a number of Hollywood stars have featured in Nollywood films, quite a number of Nigerian actors have also struck deals with Hollywood in the past. Today, we'll be taking a look at 5 Nollywood actors who have featured in a Hollywood film at one point or another. Now, the first on our list is Olu Jacobs. Now, this talented veteran has starred in quite a number of British television series and international films. Now, he played an immigration officer in the 1980 war film, The Dogs of War, which was directed by John Avon.
I think I saw this clip recently on social media. Olu Jacobs looking very young, playing a police officer in that movie. So all these people, they've been grinding and they've been
I can actually
featured.
picture him in it because, you know, Olu Jacob has a very, the way he composes himself is very,
So you
he's the one
mean-
that's prim and proper.
You mean?
Yes.
You mean? The federal government. Just
And his deep voice.
And it's
Yeah.
well spoken to.
Very well spoken.
All right, so moving on, Genevieve Naji, this actress and filmmaker featured in the 2019 biopic of Hollywood's Adewale Akinoye Agbaje's childhood titled Farming, alongside actors like Kate Beckinsale, that's it, Damon Idris, and Gudu Mbatha Raw.
Yes, I saw this recently because Farming is a new movie that came out, and of course that's why the Agbaje man was in Nigeria to promote. And it's so good to see Genevieve Naji playing a role in that particular movie, which is a very big deal, huge deal.
I think I actually remember, like, I don't know whether that was in 2005 or so, where Omotola, Genevieve were really entering the Hollywood industry. It was such a big deal, and it's still such a big deal for us as well. But in the sense of the fact that we have very good actors, and it just makes sense that if they're in Hollywood, they should get featured. It's almost like,
let's do this
interesting
together.
because the next on our list is
Yes, talking about Omotola, Omotola Jalade Ekende. In 2013, she made a cameo appearance in the first season of Hit the Floor, a popular drama series. She played Akon's date in just one scene in the 5th episode, which was titled Keep Away. So let's not say it's a Waka Pass.
No, go away.
No. Omotola has also acted in, there's a particular film I've watched. Well, this was shot in the US.
Me?
So does that make it a Hollywood film?
Oh, wow. No.
Directed by a Nigerian guy.
No. Okay. Let's just move on to the
I don't even mind Waka Pass role in a Tyler Perry movie.
Oh, wow.
we don't mind. All of us here, we don't mind.
The boy that was FT. Do you want tea or coffee?
Chicken or beef?
Oh, wow.
If you know, you know. All right, the fourth on our list is Stephanie Okereke-Linus. Now, the 2016 film Boonville Redemption starred our very own Stephanie as Doris, a strong, compassionate woman from the second generation of slave trade in America, whose parents came from Nigeria. The American Western epic movie also starred actors like Pat Boone, Diana Ladd, Edward Asner, Emily Hoffman, and many others.
Stephanie Okereke
Yes,
has been
she's
grinding low key.
Yes, no,
Yeah.
she's been, no, in fact, that low key is even, I mean, she's done so well. She's done so well, and I really, really like that.
She has always had an inclination for, I mean, foreign films, even who she's married to as well, right?
All right, now let's talk about Osas Ighodaro, the American-born actress featured in the movie Where Children Play, where she played the character of Nia. Osas starred alongside Grammy Award winner Mercy Gray and well as Bran White and also Turner Paris. The movie actually tells the story of a young woman who is forced to face her childhood demons after she returned home to care for her ailing, abusive father.
Osas Ighodaro.
Yeah.
Ajibade, sorry. No longer
Point of
Ajibade.
correction.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. Why did you have to bring that in?
That was a mistake.
Okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're done with our daily top 5. We'll go on another break, and when we come back, Amanda and I will bring you some movies at the Movie Stock. Inadi to you.
Oh, wow. Stop.
Stick around. Hey, a jam and a half by Mayor Cool, and of course OBO himself with Bobo. It is now time for movies at the movies. Yes, now let's kick off with this one from Hollywood, Playing with Fire. A crew of rugged firefighters meet their match when attempting to rescue 3 rambunctious kids. Actors include Bryna Hildebrand, John Cena, and Julie Greer.
See it, but he has a sweet side.
Jay, what do you think about that one?
That is one I would love to watch.
Honestly speaking, like the trailer is so funny that it makes me wonder why the
rating.
reviews were not as good as I was expecting it to be. Like that trailer was really, really funny. Yeah.
Now, can we even talk about, yes, we've seen The Rock, former wrestler, now acting, doing comedy, comical movies.
Jumanji
and
and
now
the rest.
John Cena
Cena.
with all the muscle. Yes, he has been doing 1 or 2, but it's not becoming like a template.
No, so sometimes I feel like it works. The irony works where you see him and you're expecting gun and you're expecting a fight or you're expecting some type of action movie. The next thing you see him turning the kid around, it's like,
And
shoot,
everybody's
get
laughing.
away. It works. It's content.
Now, that's one I want to watch.
Right?
Definitely.
Okay.
All right, checking out our next movie, Knives Out. Yes, when renowned crime novelist Alan Tromby is found dead at his estate just after his 85th birthday, the inquisitive and debonair detective Benio Blanc is mysteriously enlisted to investigate. From Alan's dysfunctional family to his devoted staff, Blanc sifts through a web of red earrings and self-serving lies to uncover the truth behind Alan's untimely death. Actors in this movie include Daniel Craig, Ana de Armas, Don Johnson, and Jamie Lee Curtis.
I suspect foul play. And I have eliminated no suspects.
I mean, we have to give it to Hollywood. They are the king of trailers.
What?
Something is always happening.
Do it.
The grocery bag fell down, the fire exploded.
With sound.
Boom,
Bang,
boom,
bang,
boom,
bang,
boom,
bang,
boom. The scoring of the music is always on point.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yes, Internet Movie Database is rating this movie 8.1 over 10. And it's Daniel
interesting.
Craig.
Yeah.
I would love to watch.
James Bond.
But I don't like Daniel Craig as James Bond. But on Knives Out, I would definitely love to watch this one. And of course, the rating, like I said, 8.1 over 10.
That's a very good
So that's
rating.
something everybody should watch.
So if you like action films as well. All right, guys, before we talk about our final film, we're going to take a quick break and we'll back to tell you what our final film is. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
I preempted you saying it. Guys, we're back. It's still Nollywood Tuesday, and this is Movies at the Movie segment. Now, our third movie on the list is called Seven. Now, Mr. Tyre, a wealthy man from humble beginnings, discovers that he has an incurable brain tumor, which will cut his life short within the short time that he has left. Now, he hands over his empire to his immature, rebellious only son called Kolade. Now, Tyre develops a plan to send his son to Ajegunle, the same place that Tyre Tayo grew up for a week with no money and no help from the outside world, with the hope that Kolade will grow from the adversity and become a worthy heir. Actors include Bimbo Manuel, Daddy Shoki, F.I. Wara, Patrick Diabo, and Richard Mofe Damijo.
He is my son.
Yes, give them. I have very good news for you. So I was reading an article where it stated that Nollywood films are now doing very well in the cinemas, coming from a rating of like maybe 20 million out of 300 million going to Nollywood, 30 to 40 million. We now have over 100 million to Nollywood films. Yeah. So, I mean, you can say that it's because of all these kind of movies that are coming out that have good storylines, that are very well made, acting including. I mean, we had earlier a guest who was very fantastic in Living in Bondage. So I feel like this is a very great year for Nollywood, right? And
of course, still talking about storyline, I love this particular storyline. Like you're supposed to inherit, and now you need to go back to where your dad.
What?
What a struggle! Sure, you want that money? Come and go to Ajegunle and go and start from the scratch. And
I feel like more parents should do that. Can't be spoiled in this country.
No, parents should not do that. And it's great. It's great seeing Daddy Shoki in this movie. Yeah, because of it's Ajegunle. How will you go to Ajegunle to
and
shoot
not
something?
have Daddy Shoki in it. That's a very valid point. And of course, I'm also very happy to see F.I. Wara in the movie as well.
F.I., former rapper turned actor. Nice one, bro.
Nice one. Well done. And of course, Bimbo Manuel and RMD, you can't take away from that. Okay, it's time to ask Honey which one she's going to watch.
Nice Out. And I think it's just a very good rating for Knives Out. I mean, interesting. And then Knives Out. And then this particular one you just talked about, 7, I like. And I like the fact that my friend F.I. Wara is in there. And we were talking about how a rapper turned actor and then he's killing it. And I mean, F.I., we want to hear some bars again, no? I don't know how you're going to do that, but then.
Wow.
Okay, guys, well done, well done. In fact, how you even just swam through the names. Interesting.
Benio Blanc. Benio Blanc.
We're professionals like that.
Good. All right, now let's go on this break, music break, and we'll return.
Can you still do the shaku shaku?
Well, no. Wow. How is it like again? You know, it's funny.
So let me tell you something about. Let me guess. We are in the same
boat together.
So you say what I don't like about. So it is not like I can't dance totally. But the thing is, when you have one now, and then before you know it's another. I've not finished learning this, and so you know, I'm confused, guys. I don't know whether to do like this or to do like this.
You have no excuse. We've been on Zanku for like 1 year.
No, but I know.
Really? But now, can you still do shaku shaku?
What shaku shaku?
I can. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Let's just move on.
Let us move on.
Now this is actually stick. All right, it's time for Where Are They Now? Take a look to find out which actor we are talking about today.
Welcome to this week's edition of Where Are They Now?
Linda that used to look up to me. Linda that used to run after me in school.
Alex Lopez. Alexandra Lopez, commonly known as Alex Lopez, is a Brazilian-Nigerian actress and former model who, as a result of a mixed ethnicity, was often referred to as the half-caste Nollywood actress. She has played lead and supporting roles in Nollywood movies like Love, Sex and Marriage, Dangerous Girls, Abuja Connection 2 and 3, Emotional Hazard, Jungle Justice, and so many others.
My own different. Why can't I just be like my mates?
However, it was her no-holds-barred interpretation of the lesbian role in the movie sequel Domitila that shot her into limelight. She reigned supreme as soon as she got into the industry and was the face on many movie posters for as long as she was available to take up a role. Fans of the once busy actress want her back on screen and can't wait to see her deliver roles as she always did.
9,000 naira and I think the scarf goes for 4,500.
Nothing has been heard of the delectable Alexandra Lopez, aka Alex Lopez, for a while now. She has been off the screen for nearly a decade and everyone is curious to know the whereabouts of the actress.
Oh, you want me to attend it looking as if I'm the one suffering most in this life?
You know where they are now.
Oh wow, like we should do Where Are They Now on so many people. Like so many people have just gone to take the back seats and they're doing other things. And as we say every time, that does not even, that you're popping, you're in people's, that does not even define success.
Definitely.
Like it is so relative.
Yeah.
Oh wow, so we've come to the end of the show today. Really? Guys.
Yes, it was a fun show.
I love doing this with you guys. Oh, look at them.
Oh, so sweet. My chest.
So sweet. Oh wow.
The Tush version, my chest.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. No, I don't like the Tush version. I like
chest.
My chest. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you indeed. I mean, you make us do this every day and we love it totally. You are stuck. Yes, forever. Alright, from the entire crew, OJ, Mandy, yes, Mandy baby. My name is Annie Hartz. We'll catch you. Enjoy.
Yeah, see you tomorrow. The gang will be here.